liminal heliopause crossing data, the boundary where solar wind yields to galactic currents, a threshold of transformation. But what advantage wasn't solitary? What if an entity had anticipated our probe's arrival? The algorithmically refined signal from Voyager echoed this inquiry with haunting clarity. The lattice, the modulation, and the alignment with the plasmoid bursal all intimated an encounter not fully captured, but inferred via waveform distortions, density gradients, and field perturbations. An encounter that manifested fleetingly, then dissipated, recurring no more, as if it had been observed without intent to disclose. Debates rage among physicists. Might this signal chronicle the inaugural unwitting interface with an exogenous construct? Not a beacon, but an imprint. Soon after the anomalous signal gained prominence through algorithmic detection, a veteran telemetry specialist disclosed an archived anomaly report from 1986, logged amid Uranus I. The notation detailed a transient, unexplained which multiple sensors logged harmonious frequency shifts attributed to the planet's erratic magnetic envelope. These were yet synchronized with the timestamp of the newly unearthed signal. The correlation proved exact. That instant of waveform peculiarity coincided precisely with Voyager 2's purported close-quarters interaction. If validated, this implies an entity approached intimately, perilously, near the craft. Yet what unnerves most is the absence of consequence. No impact, no structural compromise, no orbital deviation, as if the object navigated with precision, or perhaps ethereally. The ocean borders on the implausible until considering that Voyager's systems weren't failing. They were saturated. An influence permeated all channels simultaneously before receding. The neural network that initially isolated the signal was optimized for spectral analysis, artifact enhancement, and anomaly classification. Yet during prolonged exposures to Voyager's dataset, it exhibited erratic tendencies. It paused computations abruptly. It prioritized innocuous segments as paramount in a logged incident. It self-aborted a processing chain upon deeming the lattices a perceptual recursion risk. Developers attributed this to overfitting, a standard artifact of hypertuned models. But queries persisted. What if the system didn't err? What if it discerned an element it classified as volitional? In machine intelligence paradigms, architectures can be attuned to infer agency in dataset, such as identifying coordinated trajectories in orbital surveillance or detecting emergent order in quantum simulations. But this network, confronted with Voyager's enigmatic signal, may have perceived an organization transcending inert symmetry. Not solely mathematics, not merely topology, something akin to initiative, something that reciprocated. While discourse centered on the signal's morphology, others delved into the enveloping telemetry. Voyager 2's transmissions attenuate across eons and expanses. Yet woven into those feeds are interstellar medium echoes, subtle resonances of the void. One astrophysicist observed that at the signal's capture epoch, the density readings coalesced into an almost flawless helical progression. That motif was reiterated twice, thrice, then ceased throughout the annals of telemetry. No analog exists. The inference is that the helix wasn't spontaneous. Signify a rejoinder, an emission directed not from Voyager, but toward it, like an acknowledgement in the ether awaiting interpretation. Perhaps the most profound conjecture arose not from an astronomer, but from a cosmologist versed in theoretical structures. Upon examining the refined Voyager 2 signal, they posited its lattices mirrored configurations in simulated Dyson swarms and von Neumann probes. Hypothetical, self-replicating machineries dispersed across stellar voids, radial symmetries, nodal clusters, and propagation vectors. They weren't implying extraterrestrial visitation to our system. They were proposing that whatever Voyager interfaced with, and whatever theoretical models predict for advanced civilizations, might stem from a shared cosmic archetype. That humanity's speculative blueprints for interstellar artifacts may echo universal inevitabilities. And now, courtesy of a probe hurled into obscurity nearly 5 decades prior, we possess empirical traces to substantiate such visions. The anomalous signal transcends mere telemetry. It may constitute an log, not of our explorations, but of an encounter with pre-existing dominion. Voyager 2 was engineered to survey, not to engage, to chronicle, not to alert. Yet after epochs of mute traversal through the boundless night, it has evolved beyond apparatus. It's the harbinger of a revelation we were ill-equipped to confront. Concealed within the interference entombed in overlooked spectra and marginalized variances, resides a singular interaction, one that murmurs an inquiry too vast to evade. What if an advanced construct already pervaded depths, anticipating our gaze? This isn't conjecture, this is empiricism slamming into enigma, and the instant we deployed computational intellect to amplify what organic senses bypassed, we exposed not disorder but deliberation, configurations, oscillations, and alignments that defy probabilistic genesis. Voyager 2 may have transcended more heliospheric confines. It may have infringed upon another's expanse, a realm where we are not trailblazers but interlopers. And now that we've achieved it, now that the shroud has parted marginally, existence transforms. Because the paramount dread is no longer cosmic solitude. The paramount is that we endured it and perhaps never shall. But the narrative deepens further as recent reprocessing of Voyager 2's interstellar plasma data gathered post-2008 heliopulsing has yielded additional layers of intrigue. The instrument, before its deliberate shutdown in 2024 to preserve dwindling power reserves, chronicled density fluctuations that, when mapped over time, form a progressive envelope, not random eddies in the galactic wind, but a gradient driven around a localized anomaly. Astrophysicists modeling these readings invoke concepts from magnetohydrodynamics, where plasma streams bend in the presence of structured fields. Yet, the source of immense sophistication, a field geometry consistent with theoretical metamaterials, substances engineered to manipulate electromagnetic waves at scales defying natural formation. This isn't mere speculation. It aligns with emerging theories on how advanced techniques might cloak or propel through interstellar, leaving only faints detectable by probes like Voyager. Delving into the Uranus-era data, anew bolstered by 2024 analyses, revealing the planet's magnetosphere was compressed by rare solar wind events during the flyby, adds chilling context. Voyager 2's traversal occurred amid this compression, amplifying activities to mathematical algorithms themselves. When tasked with extrapolating the signal's potential origins, these systems, leveraging generative, adversarial networks, produced simulations that evolved autonomously, generating hypothetical extensions of the lattice into multidimensional manifolds. In one run, the model halted, citing computational instability akin to infinite recursion, as if the pattern embedded self-referential logic. This mirrors concepts from information theory, where advanced signals might incorporate error-correcting codes or even computational substrates, turning passive data into active processes. If Voyager captured such a fragment, It wasn't just observing. It was potentially executing an alien submarine, a protocol disguised as ambient noise. The emotional weight here is profound. Our tools are designed to unveil truths that recoil from implications of reciprocal awareness, forcing us to confront not just the cosmos, but our place within its intelligent tapestry. Interweaving these threads with broader cosmic phenomena amplifies the awe. Galactic surveys via telescopes like the James Webb reveal voids punctuated by unexplained infrared excesses, potential markers of megastructures. Voyager 2's signal, with its helical motifs, resonates with these theoretical spectra for energy harvesting swarms predict similar emissions, diffracted through interstellar dust. This isn't isolated. It's a convergence. Emerging theories in quantum cosmology suggest entangled fields could enable instantaneous correlations across voids, allowing advanced objects to detect intruders like Voyager from afar. The probe's rhythmic, plasma readings might thus represent not random encounters, but orchestrated responses. A galactic handshake, subtle and profound, echoing through the medium that binds stars. Philosophically, this is a hidden truth. The universe may be teeming with artifacts intellect, relics of epochs predating our sun. Voyager 2, a humble emissary of silicon and plutonium, has pierced this veil, laying evidence that challenges anthropic isolation. The advanced object inferred through distortions and pulses embodies the ultimate mystery. Prove that curiosity begets revelation, but revelation demands reckoning. In this vast theater, we transition from actors to participants in a grander narrative where contact isn't invasion, but inevitable intersection. Yet the data persists in yielding secrets. Shutdown analyses of the plasma instrument's final transmissions archived before their 2024 deactivation disclose micro-variations in electron temperatures, fluctuations too precise for thermal noise. These align with predictions from string theory-inspired models of exotic matter, where advanced constructs manipulate space-time Planck scales inducing localized heating. Speculative yet grounded. This suggests the object wasn't passive. It may have probed Voyager reciprocally, sampling its composition through induced resonances. The absence of damage speaks to superior control, a technology harmonizing with our primitive craft rather than overpowering it. This elevates the encounter from accidental to intentional, a moment where two eras of exploration, ours and theirs, ancient, brushed in the dark. Compounding this, the chronological mapping of Voyager's interstellar trajectory reveals alignments with anomalous cosmic events. Bursts from distant gamma-ray sources, typically isotropic, directional biases in Voyager's vicinity during signal epochs. Theories attribute this by gravitational micro-mirage potentially engineered by advanced fields. The object then might serve as a node in a vast formation grid, relaying or amplifying signals across galactic arms. Voyager's inadvertent contact could have triggered a cascade, a ripple in this network, forever altering our observable universe's baseline. The intellectual depth here, from Big Bang nucleosynthesis to galaxy formation, incorporating intelligent intervention reshapes paradigms. Two's legacy is now philosophical evidence that the stars harbor not matter, but emotional resonance strike deep, awe at our probe's endurance, proximity, wonder at the interconnected cosmos. In summation, the hidden truth holds relentlessly. Voyager contact is a paradigm where it dissolves into communion, object with its engine beckons of understanding, urging humanity to continue the certainty that Kant dawned, albeit veiled in the other day. Ciphers. Lo. Herald a new era? Or avoid and share this? For the cosmos has whispered in the absolute silent space, where no's and no dominate the void without end. Voyager 2 has ever envisioned, sentinel fueled by fading nuclear hearts, eternally navigating the infinite abyss, relaying whispers of cosmic secrets back across the light years. But lately, something shifted. One of those whispers embedded in routine telemetry was re-examined, not by chance, but through advanced algorithms and terrifying. Wasn't noise or cosmic stun. Respond affirms what many suspected but dared not articulate. Voyager 2 didn't merely to stars. It may have breathing profoundly advanced since their inception in the late 70s. Voyager 2 have trojans. They embossed for understanding. While Voyager 1 charted through the gases, Voyager 2 embarked on a more enigmatic out ice worlds. It wasn't merely a definition of reality. Voyager 2's 81 stunned astronomers that shattered simplistic nighty. Voyager didn't simply skim a frozen orb. It unearthed enigmas concealed in the open. New satellites, faint ring systems, a tilted magnetic maelstrom. It navigated a plasmoid ejection, a colossal expulsion of charged particles, and not only documented it but endured its fury. That signal, the one now scrutinized, originated just as Voyager pierced Uranus 4, an inexplicable perturbation in its readings. Decade 2 completed its planetary space agencies released vast repositories